All right. I will give it a minute to let some people hop on. If my internet will work. If my internet will work. Well, this is going to be a good one. We'll get started here in a minute, and I'll just give it some time to let people get on. I have a pretty funny topic to cover tonight. If you're hopping in the live stream, it's been a while since I've seen everybody. You want to know why? Because we've been, you guessed it, so busy. We are slammed with work. It's just nonstop. We're having an amazing season. I hope you guys are having an amazing season as well. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to talk about the discussion of the live stream. Now, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I asked several people about what type of content that they'd like to see. And if you remember, I made a community tab post asking people if they would be interested in me covering some things or issues that we might see in the parking lot striping Facebook groups. And I covered one video and it seemed to have really good traction. So I thought, why not do it again? And so the title of today's video is actually a subject that somebody asked a question in regards to how to stripe. They posted it in one of the striping Facebook group chats. What we're going to do in the live is we're going to cover the group chat in the Facebook post. We're going to kind of break down what was said. And then I'm going to show you guys some screenshot testimonials that I get that people who have taken our programs and training courses, the results that they're getting. And you can determine that for yourself if it's worth it or not, really. And that's the question that I'm going to be answering in today's live. Is the How to Stripe course worth it? So without further ado, let's go to the chat and I'll pull it up and we'll read it together. I'm sure that whoever made this Facebook post is interested in getting into parking lot striping. And I understand it. I get it 1,000%. I want to know if it's worth it too. But before we get into it, I want to say that the How to Stripe course is $250 if you don't get the upsells. It's $250. All right. And with that being said, now that you know the price, let's go ahead and we'll cover some comments. And then later on in the live, I'm going to show you some testimonials and we might answer some questions if you guys have any. So if you have any questions, put them down in the chat. If you've taken How to Stripe, put it down in the chat. Let me know if it's good, if it sucks. Tell me what you think. All right, let's get to it. This person posted in the line striping, parking lot striping, and pavement marking industry thread. And he asks, and he says, has anyone bought the How to Stripe course? Is it worth it? Now, when I seen this, before I even clicked on the comment section, I thought, oh, goodness, here we go. It's going to erupt and people are going to write a lot of stupid things. But to my surprise, there wasn't that much bad things that were said. But so he asks if it's worth it. And so then this first person says, from who? If Asphalt Kingdom, no thanks. They screwed me over and I will never go back. Ask what you need here. Just no pricing questions. and watch some YouTube videos. Now, this is true. You can get a lot of information just watching YouTube videos. I mean, I literally give away all of the information in my videos. And I know people who haven't even bought any of our trainings and have ran 100K just from watching the free information that I give away on the videos. And that's super important. I mean, if you're wanting to get started and you don't have a lot of money to invest in yourself, let's say you don't have any money to invest in yourself, perfectly fine. That's what the free content is for, right? I give away a bunch of golden nuggets for free in every single video that I post. I do like what he says that you could just always go back and watch some YouTube videos. 100% agree. But he definitely didn't want to talk about pricing. And then Noah goes in and he says, there's a guy on YouTube, Chris, the striping guy. I believe he is out of Oklahoma. Yes, Chris is out of Oklahoma. Ricky Jackson says, yes, Chris has a lot of information and knowledge. Also a great guy. Ricky, I really appreciate that. That was really nice of you to say. Bryce Keith Phillips says, very informative, easy to absorb the info, and very detailed. Chris offers a lot of value to the striping community. Billy Davidson's striping course is good as well for knowledge. That's good. I appreciate that. So then he's telling him basically, I'll definitely check it out. Thanks. And then whoever Chris Welch is, he wrote, he's an idiot. Don't listen to a word that he says. So whoever Chris Welch is was kind of negative, but I get it. And another person says, great joke. And then Daniel says, basic geometry in this group is all you need. Clay says, striping is easier than it looks. If you can't learn to stripe, you have some serious issues. Another person said, Chris is a real good dude, very knowledgeable, and he's actually one of my competitors here in OKC. Check him out on YouTube and Facebook. Not a lot of bad things to say. I mean, I was kind of surprised. I assumed that it would just blow up and people would just a nuclear warhead would would erupt. But then he says, this person says, hands-on training is the best. Find a seasoned striper that is willing to teach you the ins and outs of our craft. I learned a lot when working at SeaTac Airport from a few of the seasoned guys that I worked with. He says, nope, I took the get to work and fail a bunch of times until you get it right course. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would just start working and fail a bunch of times and get it right course. It's information like that. That's the kind of stupidity that people say. Basically, yeah, go and mess up on a lot of people's parking lots. Don't invest a couple $100 for a training so you can at least have a basic understanding of what to do. No, don't do that. Go on someone's property and mess up a lot of times. And then after you mess up and fail a bunch of times, do that until you get it right. That's the course you get. That's stupid. And why it's stupid is because you're going to see later on in the live, right? Like I put every single time someone lands a job that I talk to on a regular basis frequently, they'll always text me and say, hey, this is the job that I got, or this is the results that I'm getting. And as a matter of fact, all last week, I was gone for an entire week in Missouri doing a in-person training event with one of my students that came out last year. He was one of the very first people that came out for in-person training, and he landed a $70,000 job. I went to Missouri and helped out with him last week, and some people came out for in-person training on his job site that I went out to go work because it was too big. It was very big for him. So when people say things like that, just fail a bunch of times, go mess up on people's parking lots. That's dumb. Then Jeremy says, I can come teach your guys if you want them to learn hands-on. I mean, that's really good too. If you want to learn, if you want to get good at it, you need someone to either train you, or you can watch a training course. It doesn't matter, but don't go on someone's parking lot not knowing anything. Nick says, from Chris, it's totally worth it. I started with zero experience and set up my business and started making money right away. Now, this is key right here. This is very important because I tell people all the time with the training that's a couple $100. And this isn't me trying to sell y'all. I'm just telling you. I mean, buy it or don't buy it. I really could care less if you buy it or not. I'm just telling you, like, people are talking about it, and I'm just giving my opinion of what these people are saying. But you have someone right here who's in the comment section saying he started with zero experience. He set up his business and he started making money right away. And it just works. It works because I've replicated the process so many times. Y'all, I bring people on my channel, and a lot of the people that are featured on my channel are those who have taken one of our programs, have implemented the training, listened to what I give away in the videos, and the training mixed with what I give away in the videos, both of those working together, compounding, which allow you to get the results that you see me talking about in those videos, right? And this is why it's important, because you can either take this guy's advice and you could mess up a bunch of times on a lot of parking lots, or you can spend $250 and with zero experience and basically start a business and then start making money right away. And that's very, very important. Now, we're going to keep covering the comments, and then I'm going to look at one of our sales pages and then talk to you a little bit more about it, and then probably close out the live. But then he says, this guy says, watch Line Striper on YouTube, Premier Seal Coating on YouTube. I got the book. It's okay. And if you buy right from him, I think it's $25. Mike says, PM sent. Derek says, come work for me the weekend. That's pretty good. Ricky Jackson tagged me and said, Chris, the striping guy. And then this guy says, got a whole course right in this group. Just use the search. So not a lot of negativity, to be honest with you. Not a lot of what I expected. Not a lot of what I expected. I expected more negativity, to be 100% honest with you. But nevertheless, it wasn't that bad. Now, since we covered people talking about it, asking questions about it, I'm going to take you to my sales page. Okay? This is my in-person training sales page. These people have either taken one of our courses or they have went through our in-person training program. They've gotten one of our programs. All right. And so now I'm fixing to add, let me see. Here we go. I'm fixing to show you my sales page. So whenever you click in those videos, I always talk about the How to Stripe course. It's the first link in the pinned comment section in the description. But right under that is the in-person training sales page. And this is where I put the results of all of our students on this page. These are screenshot testimonials that my customers send me. There's more than this, but these are the pretty decent ones that I see a lot of times. And like I said, these are screenshots. Some people send them to me on Instagram. Some text me. Some send them to me on Discord. It's just they'll message me. The first one, he says, bro, just got off the phone with the contact for the 3 apartment complexes. Looking like we're getting it for $75K. $75,000. So let me ask you a question for you guys that are out there that are really good at math. If you invest $250 in a training program, and you make $75,000 as a result of what you've learned from that training, would you say that that training is a good investment? You see what I mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about whenever people talk negative about me in comment sections of groups that, you know, it's just stupidity, because these people talk negative in comment sections, and yet, you know, I can train up a person who's decent at striping but really, really good at marketing, and I can teach someone how to at least pull 150 their first year. Do it all the time. Matter of fact, this next screenshot that you're fixing to look at, his first year, he tagged me in a post. He said, "Thanks, Chris, the striping guy. I use the marketing strategy you teach in the How to Stripe course to land the work. I'm on track to do over 150 grand this season just from marketing the way you taught. I can't believe it. I started my business in January of 2024. It's going to be awesome. Also, it's pretty crazy that you can spend 30K on equipment and turn around a year later with 150K. So this guy, I remember whenever he texted me, his name is Garrett. Garrett texted me, and he was indecisive about buying the course. It was like $250. And Garrett was talking to me, and he's like, "Man, is it worth it?" You know what I mean? I want to know if it's worth it or not. And I get it. I understand. Nobody wants to spend money and feel like they've been taken advantage of. Well, sure enough, a year later, I check in with Garrett, and guess what? He's like, "Dude, I made 150 grand just from marketing the way you taught." See, like, How to Stripe, the training program, it was designed to make it where people can learn a sustainable skill set for a very, very cheap rate. And it doesn't just come with how to paint curves. I mean, yeah, duh. It's, you just angle the gun, how to do paint color changes, how to lay out parking lots, all that stuff. Like, it covers all that. But that's the easy part, because there are so many people out there who know how to stripe, who've got 20 years of experience, right? They're the best striper in the whole state, 20 years of experience. They can do all these layouts, but guess what? They can't get customers. So it does not matter how good you are at striping if you cannot get customers. That's what's so unique about How to Stripe is I give you guys like six or seven ways of how to get customers. That's what makes the training so good, is that once somebody learns the basics of striping, they get 6 different ways. I think there's 7 of how to get customers, because most people are just word of mouth, business cards, all, you know, that, and that's good. But if you want to make it and you're starting a business from scratch, look, bro, you need at least like 5 different ways of getting customers. All right. You have to have that. And that's what our training programs teach, because I don't want to take people's money and then, yeah, okay, I make a couple $100, but then, like, you know how to paint a parking lot, but you don't know how to get customers. That's why this is important. I want people, when they purchase one of our programs, to experience success. Okay. Now, he lands 150 grand. All right. And, you know, it was crazy. Now, the next guy sends me a text message. I'm pretty positive. I vaguely remember, I'm pretty positive the guy who sent the 15 grand to was a little bit skeptical. But you can't fake it, right? He says, I landed over $15,000 on 2 jobs in less than a week using the marketing technique you teach in your online course. I'm waiting to hear back from 4 more potential customers who got bids. I can't believe it. By far the cheapest and easiest and best results I have got advertising for my company. Thank you for making the course available. I mean, so he makes 15 grand and spends $250 to acquire a skill set that he's going to have for the rest of his life. You know what's shocking to me? I'm going to tell you this for those of you that are going to watch this video. What is absolutely shocking to me is the fact that people will go to school, they'll spend $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 to go to school to learn how to do something with a college degree, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're going to do that. But people will spend money, live in debt for the rest of their life. They'll live in debt for the rest of their life to get a college degree and live in bondage to house payments, live in debt, have to pay back a student loan for years and years and years and years. But, whenever I'll make a YouTube video about a product and I'm selling a training for a couple $100 that can give people a sustainable skill set that they'll have for the rest of their life, people think that I'm the crazy guy. It blows my mind that people will spend so much money going to college and live in debt for the rest of their life, and then they see a video like this or testimonials like this and think that there's something wrong with me for selling a training. It's crazy. Here's another one. Because I asked how much is on the books. He says, I have $6,957 I'm still waiting on. I should close all of them. I closed on $8,273 and did a $2,300 job on Sunday. I still have 3 that I need to quote. Still working my full-time job. So, here's a guy who's working his full-time job, and he's working his full-time job and then still making money on the side, which is amazing. Here's another one. He says, bro, I did exactly what you teach in the marketing pack. I had a fella reach out to me from a gated community wanting some fire laying, a large stencil work painting in the community. Ended up coming in right at $4K. Huge gains for small change. So this guy pays, in the marketing pack is the upsell for How to Stripe, which is $199. This guy pays $199, lands a $4,000 job, and everything he learned from the training is replicatable. This is what's so very important. It's replicatable. And people are going to hop on this. People will hop on this live stream, and it's information that's designed to make sure that people succeed. All right. So then he says, also interested in getting 622 resident address numbers painted on the curb for their mailboxes. Still waiting to get approved, but if that does, it's another $13,000, bro. So if he's already in at 4K, he sent out a $13,000 estimate. If he got it, I haven't talked to him since, but that would have been $17,000 for a $199 investment. It's wild. It blows my mind. Here's another one. This is a call I got today for a seal and stripe at a townhome complex. It's looking like a 37, 38K job. Let's go. And might I mind you, I teach people in my videos, on my online, in the free YouTube videos that I give away, the trainings, the courses, how to get these leads coming to you so you're not having to waste time going to them. But that's another video for another day. I'm just showing you guys, like, you determine if it's worth it or not. Because so many people will, I stack up so many testimonials of videos, text messages, and of people who have went through our trainings and are experiencing success that I really don't care what other people say, because I know firsthand that they experience success. But I just want to show you guys, whenever you see something like that, is it worth it? Okay. This guy sends out a bid for $116,000. Hopefully he gets approved, he said. He said, just got another call about crack fill and restripe, all off of Google, bro. All off of Google. You guys know what I say. If you watch my channel a lot, all of our organic leads, guess where they come from? They come from Google. And if you replicate the processes that I teach, you can get it off of there as well. So then he says, I got the call today and sealed the deal for a $2,256 job. It's only going to take me 8 hours of work. That's a $1,950 profit. 8 hours of work, he's going to basically almost make $2,000. Is the How to Strike course worth it? I don't know. You tell me. You guys tell me. Another guy says, I landed a $15K deal off your training. I said, congratulations. I said, let's do a collab soon. Here's another one. And these are just, these are just a couple. He says, got some big news. Just got a verbal agreement for a small plumbing supply store that I quoted last month. It's a seal coat, crack fill, and pothole repair and stripe job. I'm waiting for a call from the owner to sort out the deal and sign the contract for $12K. Here's my favorite one. Right here is a guy named Billy Helvey. The guy is an absolute monster. He is. He's replicated the process, and he's done it, buddy. He said, we just got a $70,000 crack filling, seal coating, and striping job. And which, I mean, how many of you that are going to watch this live, probably not many, have landed a $70,000 job off of just one job? And guess what? Like I said in the beginning of the live, I just went and helped him with that. And we sealed that entire property and got it done in 6 days. He made 70 grand, $70,000 job in 6 days. I think he walked away with like 40K profit after expenses, and he paid me and a couple other people to go out there. But the guy made $40,000 in 6 days. Is How to Stripe worth it? Is the in-person training worth it? I don't know. You tell me. Or you could just ask somebody in a striping Facebook group, because, And he says, I want to let you know that I just landed a $7,000 apartment complex job sitting here this next week. I believe I just wanted to let you know. Another person just said, just landed another $3,000 residential seal coating job off of Google. This person said, just closed another $1,350 striping job off of Google. And you're going to see that over and over, especially whenever you go through my videos or trainings, because no one wants to waste time sending out estimates for jobs they're never going to get. I mean, it's a disaster. Anyways, now this person says, just landed. I got this 2 days ago. Just landed a $42,000 4-phase project. That's Jack. Jack is probably, if not the best, one of the best that has ever went through any of our trainings or programs. He's a killer. And a $42,000 4-phase project. Jack, let me tell you guys a little bit about Jack. I met Jack whenever he first was getting started. And he went through one of our trainings, did some private mentorship with me, and I was hounding him over and over. You need to get your reviews up. You need to get your reviews up. You need to push. I pushed him. I pushed him to do better. And sure enough, he was nervous about quitting his full-time job. He said, man, I don't know if I can quit my full-time job. His full-time job, he's making 60 grand at his full-time job. He's making 60,000 at his full-time job. And so then he just implements what I've taught in all the videos that I give away for free, by the way. All the information that I give away for free mixed with some of our trainings that he got. And that's the text messages that he sent me the other day. Just one text message. Jack has sent me a couple other ones too, but actually, matter of fact, I think both of these are from Jack. But he says, just landed a $42,000 4-phase project. That's almost his entire salary in one job that he's probably going to get done in maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks at the largest, the longest. That's why this information is so powerful, y'all. For a couple $100, you can have a skill set that will last you for the rest of your life. So you take it for what it is. This guy's, excuse me. This guy said it was a $4,900 job. Took me 6 hours. So this guy made almost $5,000 in 6 hours. I don't know. Anybody else watching this live made $5,000 in 6 hours? It's this week. I haven't done a job where I made $5,000 in 6 hours this week. It happens sometimes, but not this week. So, and then someone else, this was Jack again, did a $1,600 seal coating yesterday for another contractor, landed a $2,000 seal coating just now, just sent out $36,000 bid this morning, have 5 more to send out. So these are just like the screenshots that catch my eye. I'm sure people send me a lot more. I mean, right now, I mean, I've got a lot of text messages, so yeah, I've got like 162 unopened text messages. So these are the ones that just piqued my interest at the moment. And I'm like, I need to upload my sales page. I got time. So not only do they have good results, right? Not only do they have good results. Look, Billy, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all, look straight up. This is who I was talking about earlier in the live. Your training made me $75K in one job. I need to do a live stream with Billy. Billy, bro, whenever you get a chance, we need to do a live stream, dude, if you don't mind. But that's what I'm talking about right there. Your training made me $75K in one job. I mean, you can't fake that, y'all. You can't fake it. So now let's keep on going. Let's watch one of these videos. Here, this is Billy right here whenever he first came out. All right, so what did you think about in-person training?
I thought it was great. I actually learned a lot more than I took the striping course, and I wanted to get hands-on experience with it. So I drove all the way down here, met Chris in person, which this guy is legit. If you haven't met him in person yet, you got to just come see him in person. But he taught me so much that you don't actually get on the training videos because you're not actually touching the equipment, making mistakes. That's one thing that you get with training in person is getting mistakes made. And you get to learn from that and know what to do next time.
About knowing what you know now, if you were to just go rent some equipment or buy some equipment and then just take it out in the field without having hands-on experience and in-person training, do you think that it would be a lot more difficult to grasp the concepts?
Yes. I mean, could I go back and watch those videos as I'm doing the equipment? Yes. Would I be a lot more nervous? Yes. Now I can go home, get the equipment. Me and my wife can take it out and we can actually show other people like, this is what we learned. And I can give you a call now and say, hey, I messed up right here. Can you walk me through this real fast? And I know you're gonna answer that phone for me.
Yeah. Would you say that you have the confidence now to take what you've learned in the field, learning how to crack fill, learning how to seal coat, learning how to stripe, learning all aspects of the business? Would you say that now you are more competent, fully equipped to go out and perform this service to build, scale, and grow your business, as I know you will in the future?
Oh, yes. I have the confidence now to turn this into $1 billion industry right now.
All right. Well, we thank you for coming for in-person training.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that watch, for those of you that are going to watch this live, or if you're going to watch the replay, you're looking at the #1 student that I've got. Hands down, this is probably the best guy so far. Jack, if Jack's not behind him, he's right there next to him.
All right, so what did you think?
Let me back up out of that. Here's another one.
In-person training, hands down, this is something that you've got to do. If you're going to get into line striping, you need to get out here and see it. I could have watched hours and hours and hours of videos and said, cool, I'm going to go out there and do it. But I wouldn't know what to do. I'd get out there and I would look silly to my customers. So getting out here, getting on the ground, getting through line striping. We're going through line striping. We're working on crack filling. I mean, you mess up, cool. That's what you want us to do. So getting those mess ups, learning how to do cleanups. I mean, it's invaluable. And if you're gonna spend your money on anything, training's where it's at. We're fortunate enough to have persons like Chris that are going to come out here and show you what to do. So why try to recreate it? Why try to do something different? Everything that I've learned, everything that I'm doing, I could leave here, get on the machine, and start working. So I've got personally have a lot of things to work out. But had I had everything already lined up and ready to go, and I was just kind of on the fence of how I was going to do things, coming to the training has been one of the best choices that I could have made. And then I take this to myself, how I do things, and make it the best that I can for me.
You heard it. You heard it. Okay, let's keep on going. Here's some good ones.
Do you feel prepared? I mean, knowing what you know now as when you first came down, and then the 2-day experience that you've had, knowing what you know now, do you feel more prepared and confident to go out and do this on your own? I mean, if you had to go out and stripe.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely, man. If you come spend some time with Chris and Matt, and you'll be ready to start your own business, you'll be ready to go out and stripe. They'll get you right. They'll tell you everything you need to know. And so absolutely, I think I could go out and stripe my own lots and get this thing going.
Was the in-person training worth it in your opinion?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think if you're on the fence, if you're either on the fence of starting or you know you're going to start, it's absolutely worth it to come out and spend time with Chris and make sure you want to do this. You know, I mean, if you can front that initial investment, come out, learn, actually be out in the field doing it, actually get that experience, and then make your informed decision. So absolutely worth it. Can't beat this experience.
And these people on these recorded videos, y'all, they came out for in-person training. So we offer several programs, in-person training, the How to Stripe course, private mentorship, stuff like that. This guy's name is Cinco Winston. Last time I heard, man, this guy, since he started, he's been on podcasts. I think he's just landed, if I seen in Discord right, 150 Taco Bells in Waco, Texas. The guy's killing it, right? He came out for in-person training, and now he works for himself and runs his successful company, 6 figures without a question.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely been worth it for me. And just the being able to put my hands on 3 different jobs. We've done different things on each of those jobs. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely given me the confidence I need. I feel like I had, if I were to do this on my own, it would take me multiple months to do what I just learned in a couple days. Yeah, so I got to spend the last 2 days here with Chris, and did 2 jobs last night, and working on the big UPS job right now. Got to learn everything from stenciling to painting straight lines to popping diagonals. Pretty much everything I need to feel confident to go back home and actually have 2 jobs lined up for tomorrow and feel confident about them. So yeah, feel better about using the machine. Got it last week and just kind of been waiting to come to this training to take it out and really utilize it. But I'm excited to get back. Feel like I can go out and complete all sorts of jobs now. So at our first job yesterday, we had the opportunity to work on upselling a customer, and you gave me the inside scoop into that. I got to stand right by you as you got to have a conversation with the customer and tell them more about their parking lot and just show them that you are a subject matter expert and they can trust in you. And yeah, definitely something that I've learned is just the immense value that we can provide, and becoming more confident in sharing that with customers. Being able to watch you do that has given me some more confidence as well.
So I was hesitant at first, I've been thinking about it for a little bit, and I finally just pulled the trigger because I knew take me to that next level, hit the ground running. I'll be ready when I get home, and just to take that guesswork of the unknown and what I didn't know, what I was getting myself into, it really helped.
Yeah.
And, Chris was awesome. He was super helpful, super friendly. He was great. We made mistakes on his jobs, and he was totally cool with it and was just there to help us out and keep rolling. Biggest challenge is just getting over that intimidation, just getting behind the machine, just doing it. It was super nice you're letting us come out here and make mistakes on your jobs.
Yeah.
And giving us the skills and know-how, what we need to know for when we go back home, we're ready to go, get going. Definitely more equipped. The unknown is over with now that I've had some experience, and you were able there to coach me through it and help me out with my technique and form, and just helping with all the stenciling and the lines and just my speeds.
That's another one. I mean, I got got these all day. I mean, I've got so many people that I haven't even been able to upload them because we've just been so extremely busy. Here's another guy.
I got a crash course. I know exactly what I'm going to do as soon as I get home, the equipment that I'm going to buy, and I can't wait. I'm going to be sending videos to you as soon as I get going. The in-person is what I needed. It takes it past the video and sitting there going, how was he holding the gun? How much pressure? How fast was he walking? You know, how much time does it take to let something dry before I pick up the stencil? Those little things are going to make you shine instead of looking like a buffoon.
Right. And this was a pretty big job. I mean, we did
Golly.
I think 60 53-foot stalls. And
Yes.
there was like,
With striping.
yeah, with striping, a bunch of stenciling, black boxing, stenciling, and all that. So you really did get a crash course. I think that you did an amazing job. You were really good whenever it came to pushing the machine. Your timing was really good. Your gait was really good. Struggled a little bit on stenciling,
Yes.
but I know that now.
The speed.
Yeah, the speed. But overall, you did an amazing job. And I know that whenever you leave here, you're going to be very successful. And we thank you for coming for in-person training.
Thank you.
So that's another one. Hang on one second. All right.
All right, y'all. So tell me what you thought about the in-person training.
It's very thorough.
Yeah, it was excellent. Really good to be able to use the equipment and just really be able to do a job and get the feel for everything and go through the entire process. Everything we see in video, we got to do in real life over the last 2 days, which was awesome.
Answered a lot of our questions just by actually doing it.
Very good, valuable experience.
What would you say to somebody who's been watching the videos? They're not really sure. They're on the fence about coming for the in-person training experience. What would you say to them?
I'd say just do it. It's worth it. It's it'll give you a lot better understanding of what you're getting into and how to go about starting your own business.
There's no better investment than investing in yourself.
From what you learned today, would you say that you're confident enough to go back to where you live at, get a machine, and then start your business and go out and start servicing parking lots?
That's the plan.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Hopefully next week.
All right. Thank you.
They were a really sweet couple. They came out, and a lot of these people that they come out for in-person training, like I become friends with. You know what I mean? So I'm really glad for that.
Chris invited me out to teach me how to use our equipment that we had invested in 2 or 3 years ago. We had warehoused our paint striping machine, but it finally came to the point where we needed to utilize it or get rid of it. And rather than warehousing it, after looking at Chris, his thorough explanations, I thought it's worth the investment. So decided to come out. It was a very pragmatic decision. I mean, it's an investment. And from that, what I learned, I didn't have any preconceived notions when I came out. I didn't know exactly what I was going to be exposed to, but Chris put us right out there. We were striping immediately. We had the opportunity to learn crack sealing, things that I didn't expect. I think most importantly, we learned the structure as to how much profit there can be in this business. Yeah, I don't think I can bestow upon people, it's not what you know, it's what do you do. So rather than if you're contemplating on making an investment or not, just figure it out that, you know, if you want to be someplace different next year at this time, you're going to have to make the movement.
Right. I mean, isn't that great? Sam, take that advice, y'all. That's free advice right there. If you want to do something different, you gotta make different choices and make change.
All right, Angie, tell me what you thought about the in-person training.
Well, Chris, it was more in more than what I was expecting. I didn't really know exactly what to expect, coming here. As you guys can see, we really do get hands-on training, literally. Being able to just to listen in even on some conversations that you had to have while we're here, that just seeing the real life, you can say real life of the business, and seeing how involved and act that you are with every student, with every person that you partner with. I really enjoyed that. And this is really more about the what we have, afterwards, the after part of it, the relationship that I can tell that you have with everyone that you partner with and with your students.
That is true. That is true. I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And let me ask you this. What would you say to somebody that's on the fence? They've been thinking about it. They're not really sure. And they're right there. They're deciding to go forward, but there's just something that's holding them back. What would be your advice to them?
Well, if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't come, you're not going to find out. Give it a chance. You got to give yourself a chance too. If you don't make that first step, it's not going to happen. So you're just going to stay where you're at. And if you don't move forward, you're just going to continue to be where you're at as well.
All right. That was Angie C. She was super sweet. Okay, we got a couple more. And then if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will try to answer them. If you have any questions about anything so far, maybe you have a question of how many people came out for in-person training or took a course that didn't succeed. Maybe you want to know that. I don't know. But there's definitely I can answer any questions you guys would have.
All right, Shane, so tell me what you thought about the in-person training.
I learned a lot. It was reassurance on what I'm doing. Like, I learned stuff, and then I did a lot of research, obviously, on the internet and following Chris's Facebook page. And it was just reassurance that I'm doing the right thing and doing the job right.
You had some prior experience with doing other jobs. I think you said you have already done 3, but you just wanted some extra training. So knowing what you know now, would you say going back to where you live at to start your business, you're a lot more confident?
Yes. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's reassurance, confidence. I'll go home and I'm going to just go do it now. I'm not going to worry about anything.
What would you say to somebody who's been thinking about coming out for the in-person training?
If you have any thoughts or questions or just what ifs, you got to go.
Would you say that it's worth it?
Yep. You just got to go. I'll give you confidence to go back home and do everything right and do the job and be confident in yourself and not worry about if you're doing it right or wrong.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
All right. Almost done. Like I said, I've got a couple more. I haven't, y'all. I've been so busy. I haven't even been able to put out content. I've had a lot of, I just had a lot of jobs, y'all. This has been the hardest season on me so far, to be honest with you.
All right, Nathan. So tell me what you thought about.
Now, I will say this. This is Nathaniel. Nathaniel, out of everybody that I've had for in-person training, as far as skills is concerned, dude, we're talking within an hour. I put a line striper in this guy's hands, and he didn't need tape. He didn't need shingles. He didn't need any of that. Guy was hitting it on the line every single time. He was so good, I almost thought that I almost thought that he was playing me. I thought that he already knew what he was doing because he was that good. This is what Nathaniel said.
The in-person training experience.
It was an absolute amazing experience to me. I did not think I was going to be able to come in here and learn this the way that I was able to. I got to give it to you, man. You have been an awesome trainer. You have really made me feel really comfortable doing what I was doing, and that was the key point to being able to learn how to do this process and trust in this process, was just learning to feel comfortable in it, because stepping into this, I was very nervous, very scared, did not think I was going to be able to do it. You are an awesome trainer, and I appreciate you for that.
And then knowing what you know now after coming out for the in-person training experience, would you say that you're comfortable to go out and stripe parking lots? You have everything you need to know in order to go out and do this yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. for people that are watching the videos, they're thinking about coming out for the in-person training experience, they're really on the fence, what would be your advice to someone who's thinking about getting into this industry and contemplating coming out for in-person training? What would you say to them?
Life can get hard, challenging. Things can get very hard and stuff. And the number one enemy can at times be yourself, telling yourself not to step in there and do it, that you can't get it down. But if I could do it, then I believe you can too. I believe it's going to be well worth it if you do. Come out here and take the time to learn this. It's definitely can be done.
100%. And to be honest, bro, out of all the people that have come out for this training experience, I have not seen anybody hit the lines like you were every single time. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much, man. It was my pleasure.
Later.
Here's Marco. Marco is probably tied with Billy, to be honest with you, because he gets that much work. And he came out for in-person training, got the course. Him and I sell a lot of work together. We make a lot of money together. And now we're friends, right?
So this wouldn't have happened without Chris. He's the one that put me on the game. He's the one that I was the guy that was on YouTube looking for side hustles on how to make $1,000 a day, $500 a day. And here I am making $5,000 in a day. So in profit. So you tell me what kind of job will get you $5,000 in a single day of work. And, I'm just super grateful to have you as a friend, as a mentor. So
that's sweet.
For everyone listening that is on the edge, whether they should sign up with Chris, if they should learn from Chris, do the in-person training. I did all of it. I did the in-person training. We do projects together because we live two hours away from each other. We send business to each other. We just collaborate all the time. And I built this business in less than a year, and like both Chris and I are the highest ranked companies in our state. So it's crazy, man. I'm just going to say I'm super grateful. And if you're on the edge, just do it and put yourself to it. Follow the content.
All right, that's Marco. Whenever I met Marco, I don't know if some of you guys know, but whenever I met Marco, when I met this guy, he was making like $65 a day working at a dry cleaner. The guy is an absolute monster. And on this particular job, it was a $5,000 job that he made in a day's work. Make $5K a day striping. I made a video about it. He came out for the in-person training. He got the How to Stripe course. He followed the blueprint. He did exactly what I told him, and now he's the highest rated guy and company in his area. We sell work all the time, and we make a lot of money together. And it's worth it, y'all. It's worth it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's worth it. So Marco followed the blueprint. Here's another guy.
All right, Santini, if you can tell me what you thought about the in-person training experience.
It's a great thing for anyone learning to do this or already knows. It teaches you a way to perfect things that you've already been doing. If you don't know, it teaches you ways to begin that process.
That's great. And knowing what you know now, since you have came out and striped several parking lots, would you say that you're 100% comfortable to come out and do this yourself?
Yes. The techniques that he taught us perfected and sped up everything that we did know, and just teaches you ways to not make mistakes that you might have been making before.
Right. And if I can, let me just ask you this. What would be your advice to someone who's watching the videos, they've taken the online training, but they're still on the fence of whether or not they should come out and do the in-person training? What would be your advice to that person who's still on the fence?
Come out, learn for yourself. It's a great way to start your business, or it's a great way to build your business, possibly a cheap way to make more money at what you already do.
100%. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. That was Santini. Here's another guy. And some people, and let me say this, some people that come out and don't like to be on camera, it makes them feel uncomfortable. But, I mean, I've got a lot of people, these are just a few of the handfuls.
All right, Tony, if you can, tell me what you thought about the in-person training experience.
I thought it was really cool getting the hands-on experience, just getting to actually see how it's done. Never got to use the machine before, and it's really cool.
Knowing what you know now, would you say that you're 100% comfortable with setting up the machine and going out and striping parking lots to get the job done?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just having the experience now for tonight, and the training, I feel pretty comfortable going out, setting up the machine, mixing the paint, and just getting the job done.
100%. Now, what would be your advice to someone who is thinking about getting into parking lot striping? They're not really sure. They're watching videos like this. They're seeing these testimonials. What would be your advice to someone who is contemplating getting into in-person training and coming out here to learn parking lot striping?
I definitely advise just taking some classes or watching videos online. It's super easy. Like, the setup is the hardest part, and don't be afraid to mess up.
So it would be your recommendation that someone would come out to do the line striping in person?
Yes, definitely come out, and then if you can find somebody to train or just that has the experience, come out and get your hands on it, because you're not going to know anything until you actually spray.
100%. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. And then pretty much just like some testimonials and stuff like that and questions. I've got a couple other screenshots and videos I have to upload, but I've just been so busy. Now, let's go back. If you stuck with me during the entire live stream, let's go back to Facebook, and I want you guys to tell me if what this guy's saying is true. So we go back here. He says, has anyone bought the How to Stripe course? Is it worth it? So I've learned, man, I'll tell you this, y'all, what I've learned. What I learned is that it doesn't matter what people say or what they say about you or what they mean. You know what I mean? People are going to say stupid things, and there are a lot of people in the striping industry, bro, that cannot stand me. They don't like me. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't bother me what they say or what they think, because I stack testimonials all day long. There are so many people that run me down in Facebook group chats and make posts about me. People send it to me. Like, it happens all the time. But you can't deny the results that people are getting that implement the content, implement the training, implement the information. It's real. The testimonials, the things that the results that people are getting, it's real. And so I just wanted to hop on and make this live stream, talk to you guys for an hour. Everyone that watches the channel, I appreciate y'all so much. I want to let you know that I'm super thankful for y'all. Thank you to everyone who watches the channel, supports the content, purchases our programs, comes to the in-person training events, people that still follow up with me and check on me and watch the videos and the content. I really appreciate y'all so much. Super thankful for y'all. And I will say this before I go. I'm not necessarily worried. I'm not worried if people I guess have a bad perception of me or whatever, because at the end of the day, I was that guy. Before I started doing this, y'all, I was that guy. I was the guy. I was the 3-job guy. I was the guy working 60 hours a week for nothing. I was the guy who was broke and never had any money in his bank account. I was the guy who never had enough at the end of the week. I was that guy. And now we're a couple years into this thing, and not only have I got to experience really, really good results, but I help other people do it as well. Because once you create the process, then after you create the process, you just have other people replicate the process that you create, because it works for you. And if it can work for you, I know that it can work for them. Anyways, y'all, so there you have it. You be the judge. You be the person who determines it. Is the How to Stripe course worth it? Is the in-person training worth it? I don't know. But, or you could go ahead and do what the other people do that they suggest to do, go mess up on somebody's parking lot and, you know, on your second job, max out your insurance policy or something, you know, whatever stupid things that people say. Anyways, y'all, I hope everyone's having a good season. I know I've been very behind on posting videos, y'all, but I've been super slammed, super busy. We're growing. Brought on a full-time worker, thinking about bringing on 2 more full-time people, getting more equipment, setting up, getting an office, bringing more employees on. Essentially, we're growing, y'all. So sorry for not being able to post so many videos. But anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell icon. And if you're interested in getting How to Stripe, or you're interested in coming out for in-person training, fill out the forms in the comment section. Send me a text message. Text me, 405-902-6154. Send me a text message if you're interested in it. Give me a call. We can talk about it, the pros, the cons. Maybe we can set up a date. I'd love to see you guys come out. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for catching.